Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Nubioo here, and today I am going to give you this absolutely amazing warehouse build that I have figured out, and there's a few little tricks I'm going to throw in here as well. It is a flower setup. Just be prepared. It is going to make you about the same amount of money as anything else, as the mixes do not really matter in this game. I'll explain that more in detail in a few minutes. But before we get into this, I want to go ahead and say thank you guys so much, like so much. We are well past 10K now, going on 11.5K at the moment. You guys are amazing. I really can't thank you guys enough. I recently got a shout out from Jacksepticeye.
I was looking up guides and stuff on what to do, and I found a guy called Nubioo on YouTube. Shout out Nubioo, who came up with this design, and I really liked it.
I've watched him since I was a little kid. Happy Wheels days, like a long time ago, but I'm feeling super blessed, and I want to continue to post as much quality content as I can for you guys. So check the description for a Twitch link. I'll be live on YouTube, and you can also join the Discord, where we have almost 700 members chatting it up and helping each other out daily. But let's go ahead and get into this build. So the part list for this video is going to be 18 large shelves totaling $1,080, 8 mixing station Mark IIs totaling $16,000, 24 suspension racks totaling $960, 24 moisture preserving pots totaling $1,200, 24 full spectrum grow lights totaling $4,800, 10 beds totaling $1,500, 38 modern wall lamps totaling $3,800, 2 brick presses totaling $1,600, and 3 trash cans totaling $75. And that pretty much does it for the base parts list. The total of that is going to be $31,015. Not too bad at all. So the workers you're going to be needing for this build are going to be 2 chemists, 4 handlers, the blue shirt guys and girls, sorry Stephanie, 3 botanists, and a cleaner. Melissa, stop looking at me like that. Alright, but yeah, that is the total and the exact workers you're going to be needing. 1 cleaner, 4 handlers, 3 botanists, and 2 chemists. The warehouse is a pretty big property. It's actually got a lot of room for moving stuff around and still making it look nice. And obviously, you know me, I'm kind of the lamp guy. So first of all, we're going to place the beds and the lamps to start off this build. I'm going to go ahead and run up top, get these beds placed down. You want to come up here, up the stairs, and place the beds like so. 3 beds right here, 1 more to connect on the side. Because this side is wider, you can actually fit the 1 more bed here. Go ahead and space these out 1 block from the wall inside here. Place the 3 beds like that, and then repeat the same process as the other side. Make sure it's the exact same setup, otherwise I will personally lose it for you. The OCD be acting up. So there we go, the beds are done. That is 10 beds. We are actually going to have 10 workers, so we're going to use all 10 beds for this. So we're going to go ahead and place these lamps, and I want to start off up here. While we're up here, go ahead and place a lamp here and a lamp here. Kind of light this area up a bit. Lamp on this side and the other side of this door. Place them like this. Light this up. And then after the doors have the lights, we're going to go ahead and place one up in this corner over here. Go ahead and turn it on. And then we're going to place one here. And then in the middle right here. And then over here. Like so. And now we're going to go ahead and turn them vertical. Place one here and one here. Perfect. And then we're going to come across to the other side, and we're going to go ahead and place these vertical as well. One here and one here. Gotta line this up a little bit better. There we go. And then we're going to place one here and one here. You can obviously go back through, which I will be doing the same. Go back through and line these up a little bit better. I don't want the whole video to be me placing lamps, so I'm going to go ahead and place the rest of these. Go ahead and place one on this pole, one on this pole, and then one in the middle here. I think this is actually the middle. I like to lower this one down just a little bit so they're not all at the same height, and they actually look pretty good like this. Repeat the same on the other side. you can pretty much get it as high as you can get it to go, because as soon as you go too far, it acts like it's going to place it up at the top on the ceiling. So just go up until it stops moving and then place it in the middle, and voila. So this should technically be the middle right here. Go ahead and place that there. Should be about the same lined up. Yep. So after you get that lined up there, we're going to go ahead and come up top here, and we're going to surround this window with lamps as well. And place one here, one here, one here, and one here. And that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to grab these suspension racks real quick to make sure that we line up these next lights. But I go ahead and throw one down here so that we have light under the stairs. Place it right on this little black beam. So it's a little hidden, but it still looks good. So go ahead and place those like that. And now I'm going to grab these suspension racks real quick. This is one of my tricks that I've used a few times now to line up the lights a little bit better on the back side. So I'm gonna go ahead and place these suspension racks all the way along the side back here, the whole way. Should fit perfectly if you did it right, and then line them up here as well. And then we have the 4 extras, so what we're gonna do is place them here and here, so where you still have the walkway in between, it's even. And then we're gonna do the same on this side, and that is good. Go ahead and run through and place your full spectrum grow lights and make sure all of them have it. Yes, I've gotten the tip a lot that you can place the lights in the middle, and that does still work, so it could cut the price down in half, but me personally, I think that looks horrible. So I go ahead and get the full amount of lights because I just personally think it looks better. Go ahead and place all the lights in all of these suspension racks. And now that we have that done, I like to remove one of these edge lights and go ahead and place a light like this and a light like this. And then I place the light back. And then about in the middle, if you can line it up right, so you can see that this is a 3-3, so I come right here into the middle. And I go ahead and place one here, where it's not fully over this pole right here in the middle. And then one right here, about the exact same. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same on this side, remove this light, place it up top here, do the same here, make sure it's not inside of that pole. And now we are good there. That looks very good. So, alright, so these last couple lights that we have, we're going to go ahead and line it up like it is on the other side over there. Go ahead and place one here, one about directly in the middle, or as in the middle as you can get it, here, and then one here. And we're going to go ahead and place the one in the corner over here as well. And that looks very good. So we have 2 lights left. What I like to do with these lights is go ahead and place them on the on either side. Well, damn coffee. I'm gonna go ahead and place these last 2 lights right behind these right here. So make sure it's not like overlapping with the pole. I personally think it looks better like that. Make sure this one's about the same. And you should be good. So that's going to be all the lights. It's going to keep it very, very well lit in here. The last things we have to place are these moisture preserving pots, the shelves, mixing stations, brick presses, and trash cans. So we're going to go ahead and place these trash cans back here, one right in the middle of this walkway, but moved back a little bit so you can still walk through here just fine. Go ahead and place one right here lined up in between the 3 and the 3. Place it right here towards this side. Obviously, got to line it up. And then place one there. And these trash cans actually do reach all of these plants. So we're only going to need 1 cleaner, as they can have 3 jobs or 3 stations that they can work at. I'm going to go ahead and place one of these shelves right here and one of these shelves right here. Place the brick presses right next to them. And that looks good. So the rest of these shelves, I'm going to go ahead and place like this, 1 long ways this way, and then 4 just like this. Same right here, long ways, and then 4 horizontal, and that looks good. Now we're going to come to the other side, and we're going to place 3 here, and 3 here. Oh, other shelf is right here. And 3 right here. Perfect. Now that that looks pretty good, I'm going to go ahead and run through and place these moisture preserving pots under all of these suspension racks. Perfect. Now that we have that done, I'm going to go ahead and place these mixers. So obviously, you know, OCD man, I'm going to line this up with the door to where I'm standing dead center of the door. And I'm going to go ahead and place them like this, kind of in a little square or like circle, however you want to look at that. And then we're going to space this out by 2 little spaces to where there's plenty of room right here. And then make the same shape here. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but I've done a lot of studying and figured out that the mixing really doesn't matter at all. Yeah, some customers like certain things, but in the end, you're not going to make more money just because you made a better mix. There's absolutely no reason to do a 8-step mixing process or a 10-step. You're not going to make more money. The way that works, what I'm saying is when somebody offers a deal, say I'll buy yada amount, say 4x Coke here, I'll pay $5.70. They're only going to spend this amount of money, $5.70. Say this is Joyce Ball's soft cap on how much money she's going to spend a day. If I were to make OG Kush per se, and it only sells for what, 38 or whatever a gram, she's going to still try to spend 570. So she's just going to order 10 or so OG Kush to equal this amount. It really does not matter about mixes. I've done so much studying these past couple days. Please do not let anybody tell you otherwise. Yes, there's a few benefits to making mixes, as you can get power-ups for yourself, like boosts in abilities and whatnot, like anti-gravity or speed. So maybe mixing would be good for yourself, but there is almost zero reason to do mixes that you're selling to customers. So go ahead and don't worry about the mixes too much. The reason I have these set up is just for a little bit extra added to where I don't have to sell as many to reach that soft cap of their cash that they're spending a day. So we're going to do only mega beans for all of these. So these are all going to produce the same exact thing. So there's going to be 3 pots going into each one of these mixing stations using only mega beans. And then these 4 mixing stations here are going to go to one of the brick presses, and then these 4 are going to go to the other one. And this is going to produce you around, it's not guaranteed because some workers work slower at different times. It's really hard to work around that. But if it's working at full production, you're going to be making about 8 bricks a minute, which is kind of insane. Like actually really insane. So 8 bricks a minute of purple quality green crack. So what we're going to do next is go ahead and set up some of our workers. So I'm going to go ahead and do the trash cleaner because this is the easiest one. I'm going to do the bed first. Doesn't really matter which order you do this in, but I'm going to do the bed first. I'm going to go ahead and set the trash cleaner to this bed right here. And then assign trash cans. Run down here, click one of these trash cans, assign trash cans, click another one, assign trash can, and click another one. And that is all good. As you guys saw, the green circles, they were completely engulfing this whole place. The little green circles around them. That means it is going to pick up all the trash in the area. There isn't one spot here that they actually miss from all the testing that I did. So now we are going to go ahead and set up the chemists because they are, I would say, the next easiest. So we have 2 chemists. I'm actually going to move the cleaner's bed into here because my OCD is acting up already. I'm already thinking about how bad this is, but I'll do that in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and assign 1 chemist to this bed, assign stations, and we're going to run down here and assign her to all of these mixing stations right here. So that's 4 mixing stations for the 1 chemist. She is now good. And then we're going to work on the next chemist. We're going to go ahead and assign a bed, run up top, and assign them to the next bed over here. And we're going to assign stations, and we're going to do the other 4 mixing stations, which you could just hold shift and click all these. You don't actually have to go in, but I'm just kind of showing you guys what it's going to look like. But if you do select them all at once, holding shift, go ahead and click enter, and now they are all selected. Perfect. Go ahead and do the cleaner's bed real quick and move it to this one. There we go. That helps my OCD a little bit. We got 4 handlers, so they'll be over here, and then the 3 botanists will be over there. Okay, now that we got the chemist done and the cleaner done, we're going to go ahead and set up the botanist. So I'm going to go ahead and do the bed first, run up top over here, put the botanist over here. And I'm going to click supplies and set that to this shelf right down here. I say this one, you can do it to either one. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to just do it to the first one here. And then I'm going to go to pots and drying racks right here. And I'm going to hold shift. And I'm going to select 8 pots. So that's 8. I'm going to go ahead and click enter. And she is set to all 8 of those. I'm going to go out here to the next botanist. I'm going to set the bed. Set it up top over here. Now supplies, going to go ahead and run back down here by the other one. And I did the first one to this one, so I'm going to do this one to the second shelf. Click pots and drying racks, and I'm going to walk down here, as you can see, already assigned to Alan. And then as soon as it doesn't say that anymore, to the next pot, that's where you start. Go ahead and hold shift and then click the next 8 pots. So there's 8 more, and I'm going to click enter. I'm going to see that that is all set 8 out of 8. That one's done. I'm going to go to the last botanist. And go ahead and click on this botanist, click bed, go up here, set it to the last bed on this side. Supplies, go ahead and set it to the last shelf that we haven't clicked yet. And then click pots and drying racks. And we're going to set it to all the rest of the pots. And click enter, and all good. So we know that we have 24 pots here, and we have 8 mixing stations. So each mixing station is going to get 3 pots assigned to it, which will be plenty to keep it going pretty much constantly. So we're going to go ahead and do that. But first we want to go ahead and click on every single pot over here. It should say manage 24 pots. After you click on all of them, click every single pot. Don't have to hold shift for this, just click all the pots. And then click manage. We're going to set it to green crack seeds. And then we're going to set an additive. We are actually doing an additive this time so that we get the purple quality, because drying racks just take way too long and we don't want that. So additive, we're going to add fertilizer, PGR. All that does is make you produce more out of one plant, but it doesn't help the quality. So we don't need that. And the speed grow lowers the quality and makes it grow faster. We're going to do the fertilizer so that we get a higher quality. Fertilizer, and then we're going to go ahead and escape out of this clipboard. Swap off of it and swap back, and now we're going to go ahead and assign 3 pots to each of these mixing stations. So click 3, manage, destination, this mixing station right here. Swap off, swap back, click 3, manage, destination, next mixing station. Swap off, swap back, click 3, manage, destination, the next mixing station. That one's already good, so go ahead and select the next 3, manage, destination, the next mixing station. Okay, so we got 2 more right here and then 1 here. Click manage, destination, the next mixing station. They're all mixing the same, so don't worry about what order you do this in. This part doesn't really matter. Just assign 3 pots to a mixing station. So go ahead and do it like this. Go ahead and click the next 3 pots and set it to one of the next mixing stations. And then go ahead and select the last 3 pots, click manage, destination, and set it to the last mixing station. So now that you have 3 pots assigned to different mixing stations, so 3 for each of these mixing stations, you should be all good in this department. We're going to go ahead and click on all of these. You don't have to hold shift. Go ahead and click on all the mixing stations, all 8 of them. And we're going to set the threshold to 10. I'm going to go ahead and swap off of them and then swap back and select only 4. And then manage destination, set it to one of the brick presses. So I set these 4 to that one. Now I'm going to swap off, swap back, and I'm going to set the next 4 to the next brick press. And that is perfect. Now that we've done that, we're going to manage the brick press and set it to the shelf right next to it. That's where the bricks are going to be output. Bricks will be here and bricks will be there, so that they can stock up a lot before you really have to empty the shelf. So we're going to go ahead and assign the next brick press to this shelf next to it. So now that everything is set up in here, the last thing we have to do is actually set up our handlers. This is the fun part, so just bear with me. Go ahead and click bed. run up top over here to the side with 4 beds since we have 4 handlers, and assign them a bed. So I assign this one a bed. I'm going to go ahead and add route, click from, and I'm going to start with the botanist supply rack. So this rack is going to go to this rack. This middle rack is going to go to the middle rack over here, and the outer rack is going to go to the outer rack over here. So these are the overstock shelves. All you have to do is fill these shelves and they will automatically fill these shelves, the ones that the botanists actually take from. So those are all set up. I'm going to click on the same handler again. And since she doesn't really have too much of a job going for her yet, she still has some stuff that she can do. I'm going to go ahead and assign her to a brick press. So she's assigned to this brick press. She will automatically output from here to here. And then I'm going to go ahead and come out here and select our next handler. Click assign bed, run up top over here, set them to another bed. We're going to click add new from, and then we are going to assign every single shelf that is here, including this one and this outer one as well, all to this front shelf here. Or you could set it to this one, it really doesn't matter. Just make sure whatever one you click on is set to a single shelf. So all of them should be pointing to one shelf. So we're going to go ahead and assign this shelf to this front shelf. Click add new again. This shelf to this shelf. This shelf to this shelf. From again, this shelf to this shelf. And this shelf to this shelf as well. So now that handler is completely full of work. Now we're going to click on the next handler, assign bed. Run up here, assign it to a bed, click routes from. So we're going to come to this back shelf on this right side and click from there, click on it to, set it to this front shelf, add new from this shelf to this front shelf again, add new from this third shelf to this front shelf, and then add new from this shelf to this shelf. And then we're going to actually do something different with this last one. So add new from, we're going to start taking from this shelf and putting it on these other, or these mixing stations, my bad. So we're going to click this shelf and then click to, set it to one of these. Perfect. So the last 2 slots that we had on our first handler that we set up, we're going to go ahead and go back to her or him or whatever handler you got. The first one that we set up, go ahead and click from. And then we are going to click on this shelf as well, this front shelf here, and set it to a different mixer. Click add new again from this front shelf to a different mixer again. And that's all good. Now we click on the last handler, click add new, or you can do the bed first, either way, but click on this shelf, click the next and last mixer over here, add new, front shelf to mixer, front shelf to another mixer, front shelf to another mixer, and then the last step will be the last mixer, and you're all good. Go ahead and assign the bed. All good there. So now the way this is set up, all of these shelves here are going to be filled with mega beans. Like I said, you don't really need mixes as they do not help at like anyway. I'm only mixing a little bit so I don't have to produce as much to meet their soft cap quota that they can spend every day. So we're doing 1 mix to up it by what, like $12 or something. I think it's worth $67 after the 1 mix, which is pretty good. So they'll order 5, 6 maybe a day, maybe each customer, so you'll be absolutely chilling. So all of these shelves are going to, literally all 9 of these extra shelves here are going to fill this 10th shelf in the front, or whichever way you set it up, are going to fill this shelf. So you have 9 overstock shelves, which we do have 8 mixers. So this shelf is going to be empty the second all of these are full. Then it's going to get filled by the rest of these shelves, and then you really don't have to fill it up until you get this shelf completely empty and it doesn't have anything else on the other racks. These are all good. The last thing that we really need to do is go ahead and fill up these shelves. All right, so now that we got the ingredient shelves full, this is what it'll look like. Every single shelf here filled with mega beans. They'll all be taking from this one, for the 8 mixers. We have 8 slots here, so that's all the mixers once, all the mixers twice, all the mixers again. So this is 8 bricks, 8 bricks, 8 bricks, 8 bricks, so on. So you're going to be producing a lot of bricks before you actually have to fill this up again. Precisely 8 times 10. So we're going to be getting 80 bricks before you even have to fill this up again. So it'll be about 40 here, 40 there. Or, you know, whoever is working faster will have the extra bricks. So the last shelves we need to fill are actually these shelves here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that that's done, this is what your shelves should look like on the inside. 2 stacks of soil, 3 stacks of fertilizer, and 3 stacks of seeds. These are your overstock shelves for your supply racks for the botanist, aka for your plants. So these should all look just like this, and this is about the right ratio. Each one of these bags though is going to do 3 plants, like 3 grows before it needs to be resoiled. So this is perfect. Go ahead and do this, and everything should be pretty much set up here. Everything's going to grow over there, get instantly sent to its mixing station. One of the 3 pots that are set to the mixing station will go to the mixing station. The chemist will do its magic here, and then after it gets done here, it will get put in the brick press, and your product will finish here. And as you can tell, it looks pretty nice. The last step would be to go up and fill each of the suitcases with money and let your guys begin to work. This setup works incredibly. I tested it out for about 3 hours this time. Usually only takes me about an hour and a half, 2 hours. 3 hours of testing. It works amazing, like wonders. And I'm telling you, I was making just as much money selling coke or math, and this didn't make a difference. You could do weed, anything you want. They're going to pay the same amount of money overall. So yeah, you might have some coke worth $700, but you could be doing $700 deals with just a couple more of either weed or math. So it really doesn't matter. Just test it out for yourself and let me know what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate you guys for being here. My name's Nubioo. Remember to look in the description, click all those links there, join the Discord. I would love to talk to you guys. I appreciate you all for being here. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.